Good morning. Are you ready to move? This is just going to be an asana practice, a nice stretch, a nice strengthening practice, and kind of an exploratory practice as well. I hope you join me. I'm nursing a stiff shoulder, so I'm going to start out with just some shoulder flexibility, just checking in. And you know, all those times that when you're in a yoga class and you're doing any kind of asanas or any kind of warm-ups, it's also an opportunity for you to get to know your body and to check in and see if anything hurts. So if we sit nice and firm on our mats with the hip points grounded, and just breathe, check in with your breath, check in with your energy level, how you feel. I'm continuing my QiGong practice, and if things are working well in this practice, I'll show you one of the things that we've learned in that class. Just rustling up your qi, cultivating your qi, your energy, your prana, whatever you decide, but that's what makes you, is your energy. So breathing deep, lifting your heart, collecting your core. Just a couple cue reminders. Collecting that core is drawing the lower ribs in, tucking the top of the sacrum back and the ribs back as well, to just engage that core and think about the core wrapping all the way around your spine. It's not just right here, it's all over. So the stronger your core is, the stronger your back is. So again, take a couple deep breaths in as we just gently start to roll our shoulders. Checking in, making sure they're nice and without resistance, without pain. Let's draw them way up toward the ears and then just let them soften. And again. Let's take our right ear to our right shoulder. Let your shoulders soften toward the ground. Gently lift your chin up towards the ceiling. Breathe. And come back to center. See if you've got any Rice Krispies there. Slowly imagine that a string is just lifting the back of your neck as you sit up straight and tall, and that automatically tucks that core in, because that's how the body is designed, to do things automatically for protection. Let's take our left ear to our left shoulder. Let that right shoulder just soften. Left shoulder softens. Gently lift your chin towards the ceiling as you start to engage your front neck muscles. Come back to center. Breath in and lift your fingertips nice and wide. Exhale, come down. One more breath in. And breath out. Let's take our right hand up, just palm up. And as if you're lifting something very heavy, you're pressing against the ceiling. Start to feel your core activate. Lift, lift, lift. You're stretching all that myofascia. Imagine that shoulder blade on the right side is just lifting up off the chest. The back, and exhale, let it soften. Let's do the same on the other side. Right hand down, left hand just lifts and lifts and lifts and presses against the ceiling. You're growing within your abdomen. You're lifting, and then let it soften. Isn't that amazing? It's like you're stretching a rubber band, and then it just comes back. One more on each side, pressing that right up, making sure your spine is aligned. Press, 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 get it all the way from the hips to the heel of the hand, and let it soften, and one more on the other side. Lift, 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 and soften. Let's come back into goddess arms. Our fingertips are spread nice and wide as we lift our heart and bring your shoulder blades together. Exhale, bring your elbows and hands together as you press them together and lift and rise. Let's go ahead and lace our fingers. One more stretch. Lift them up nice and high. And come back to center. Woo, that feels good. Let's bring our knees in together. Yeah, right away going into it. I decided this is going to be Tugboat. Just lift your feet off the floor. Let your shoulders soften. We just worked on that. Let's come into half boat. There it is already this morning. Get it done. Get it out of the way. Full boat. Lift them up nice and high, nice and high, nice and high. Breathe. 2 long breaths here. we're going to come back. We're going to cross our right leg over our left. So you've got your right knee stacked over your left knee. Sit your hip bones down. Just spread your feet nice and wide and take a breath in and lift your whole heart. Soften your shoulders and exhale, forward fold. This is a good time to, again, check in with your body. I like rubbing my fascia, my instep. I intend to prone to a little bit of tightness there. Let's go ahead and let our neck hang, shoulders soften. Just feel that relaxation. You don't realize how tense you are until you actively relax. Breath in and lift. One more, exhale and fold. Going to take that right foot and plant it. Opposite hand to the right knee, hand behind you just for support and to strengthen, lift. Exhale, twist, chest toward the knee. Breath in and lift. And this time when we twist, let's start from the bottom and then just twist our lower spine, our mid spine, our upper spine, our shoulders, and our chin. And then unwind. Come on back. Let's untwist here. Come back with our hip points on the ground, knees together. Let's come into tugboat. There it is. Half boat is hands off the knees. Full boat, you know what that is. Toes up, fingers up. Breathe and lift. I'm sitting on the edge of my mat and I'm about to roll off. Breathe, and there it comes. Now this time the left knee goes on top of the right. Get up a little bit. And then stack that left knee onto the right. Again, give your ankles and your instep a little bit of a squeeze. Soften your shoulders. Breath in and lift. Exhale and fold. Oh, that feels so good. So I appreciate the trust that you all have, because it's always scary going into a yoga class. What is she going to make me do? I promise you, you are your best teacher and you do what you feel comfortable doing. I'll suggest some things and I hope you come along with me, and I hope if you don't make it today, you'll make that a goal to do it again. Breath in and lift, exhale and fold. We're going to take that left foot, place it on the mat. Grab your left knee with your opposite hand, hand behind you. Just breathe in and just stack that spine one above the other. Breathe in, lift, soften those shoulders. Exhale, draw your knee towards your chest. Just getting that stretch of the glutes. And come back. This time we're going to do it one by one, articulation. So rooting down your hip points, just move your pelvis, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, your shoulders, and your chin. And come back around. Let's go ahead and untwist here and come into cow. Cat and cow. So again, I'm nursing a little bit of a shoulder injury, and I'm always concerned about keeping your hands nice and wide and spreading the support around your fingers when you're doing any kind of inversion or hand balances, which this is a hand balance, right? So keep your back nice and straight and let's spread those hands nice and wide. Take your fingertips to the outside of the mat and just warm up your wrist a little bit here, but please don't forget to engage your core. And we'll come to just a regular old table, and we're going to come into some cat and cows here, again starting with the lower back, articulating, lifting up, and exhale. Let your breath be the beginning of your posture, but make that tailbone be the beginning of your movement. Let your head hang. This is your time to just organically find what feels good, finds what needs healing. Let's take it, come into a stable table. Let's just do some around the world here. Just take your whole body and just make a big circle. Going in one direction, breathing in, breathing deep. And we'll take it and we'll go the opposite direction. And come back to center. So what I have found on my journey, so when you have an injury, it throws you off completely. I'm sure you've noticed that. But it also, the body is intuitive to know what it needs to do to heal. So as I am doing this and I press more weight on my palms, excuse me, just the pad of my hand, I can feel that that energizes all the way up to my shoulders, and it helps me really find support and helps me really lift those shoulder blades. So just a suggestion here, maybe when you're doing something to strengthen your shoulders, just use the palms of your hands. We're going to go ahead and strengthen or stretch a little bit of our calf here. So take your right toes to the mat, stretch your heel down and away. And let's just come into a little cow here on the upper body as we stretch our heel away. And exhale, come into a cat. Let's bring your elbows out as you drop your head. And come on in and stretch. So if you think about your ankle, what you're trying to do here is you send your heel, your calcaneus, back. You're stretching your ankle. But I want you to think about this part of your ankle here. This really, really tough tendon is what sometimes prevents us from doing our malasanas or whatever. So if you can try to send a little bit of energy there just to relax that tendon. Stretching that heel and then relaxing the front part of the ankle or that tendon. We're going to slide that right knee to the right hand and come into pigeon. Let that left leg go nice and long here. Yeah, I'm liking putting pigeon in the beginning of the class. So again, please make this an organic, just a movement for whatever you feel good at. But let's go ahead and root down our hips and just take a couple of upper body twists here. Go ahead and take a breath in and lift. And we're going to fold forward. Tent your hands. Let's see if you can get me on the screen here. We're going to tent our hands right alongside our shoulders here. So we're making a nice 90-degree angle with our elbows. And I want you to press your fingertips into the mat as you rise up into a little bit of a cobra in the upper body, but our legs are in pigeon. And then lower down. Let's try it again, pressing the fingertips into the mat, just energizing all the way up through your shoulder blade, and lift and exhale down. Go ahead and bring your elbows in front of you. Let your head hang. And we're going to walk our hands off to the side here for just a little pigeon twist. And come back around. And come back to center. As you come up on your right knee, slide that left knee in, and we're in down face, or excuse me, we're in table again. Let's go ahead and do the other side here. So that left toe goes down, the left heel goes away. Think about that front part of the ankle as you relax that tendon. Let's just take our upper body into some cat-cows. And bring those elbows out. Continuing to stretch your calf. And then slide that right knee back. That left knee comes forward behind the left wrist. Go ahead and settle yourself into a pigeon. Let's go take our fingertips off to the side here. As you breathe in and lift. Exhale and fold. Let's go ahead and take our fingertips off to the side. Pressing our fingertips into the mat, sending your elbows further away from your body as you lift. And exhale down. So cobra in front, pigeon in back. One more, lift. Pressing those fingertips in, the shoulder blades away and back. And exhale, come down. Let's go ahead and bring our elbows in again. I'm having a good time here just warming up. Let's go ahead and take it as a twist here. So keeping your lower body nice and firm as it's in the sand. And we're going to rock around on one side. Just twisting, being kind, being gentle. And coming around the other side. And coming back in. We're going to take this to down face dog. So you curl your right toes under, lift your left feet up. And there you are. You should feel completely energized. You should feel strength in your hands. You should feel flexibility in your calves. Take a breath in, lift your hips high. Exhale, chest toward the thighs. Woo. You go ahead and look towards the front of the mat and bring your feet towards your hands as you're in a forward fold here. So your feet are parallel. Your hands are on your shins. Take a half lift up. Exhale and fold. Let's make it a really, really, really good fold here. And breath in to rise. Exhale and fold. Hands to the shins. Let's take a half lift. Exhale and fold. And breath in all the way to rise. Let's take it to the right. Looking up. Breathing in, using your core to just lift your whole body. Exhale, take it to the left. And breath in to rise. Exhale and down. Let's go ahead and twist out our neck here. Remember what we did seating? That was called Sinew Metamorphasis. That was part of QiGong. So we're going to do it standing here. So let's stand into Tadasana. Breathing deep, just letting your hands settle beside you, rooting down with your heels, engaging your core, collecting your core. And we're going to make a contraction of our arms on the exhale. So I want you to take a breath in. And on your exhale, your hands are flat, fingers pointed forward. Just push down, just push down. And here's the exciting part, just let go. Doesn't that feel like a rubber band, just pushing and then relaxing? Let's do it again. Pressing your hands as you exhale. And then inhale to relax. One more just so we get it. Exhale, press your hands down. It might look like we're not doing anything, but the only thing that's really pressing is from the shoulder down to the palm of the hand. And then soften. I like that. Hands to heart center. Breath in and lift. Exhale and fold. Hands to the shins, half lift. Exhale, fold. Just going to jump into some standing postures here. We're not going to jump, we're just going to dive. We're going to make that left foot our standing leg. Find your balance, find your center, press that left knee in. Can you bring your right knee into your chest? Of course you can. Settle in. Let's bring that right leg out. Nice hip opener here. Hey, that foot is ready to just plant it right where tree is. Let's find our tree. And maybe we can move a little organically. That seems to be my word of the day. Just find your movement, find your breath. Hands to heart center. We're going to take that knee up again, and we're going to just slide it back to Tulasana. And bring it in, and let it land. Breath in and rise. Exhale and fold. Hands to the shins, half lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. Let that head just really hang. Lift your hips up and rise up to stand. Let's do it on the right side. So right leg is our standing leg. Bring that left knee in. Go ahead and give it a nice squeeze. Let's take it off to the side. See what kind of balance we have here. And then that foot is ready to go for tree. So as we stand in tree, just remember that your glutes are doing the work. Your core is what's keeping you nice and balanced. And then a little cue for the feet I really like is shorten your foot. And breathe. It was really rainy here this morning. We had a lot of tree movement. Let's come back in. Let's go ahead and bring our knee to our chest as close as we can. And then we're going to just send that foot all the way back for Tulasana. I've got a mirror in back here, a window. I can't get it all the way. And then we'll rise up to stand. Exhale, forward fold. It's about 20 minutes here. Exhale and fold. Go ahead and bend into chair. We're going to finish in Malasana. So, I want you to all just concentrate on what you're actually making here is a chair. Utkatasana. So our hips are down on our exhale. On our breath in, let's rise our chest up. Let's try it again. Exhale, sink. Inhale, rise. Take our hands to the mat. Let's spread our feet nice and wide. This is that bench marker, right? This is the whole reason why we stretched our calves today. So we could come down into Malasana. Good, and plant our hands on the mat. Let's walk it around. And walk it around. And let's come in to a seated position. Right back to where we started. I hope this finds you well, finds you healthy, finds your heart open, and spreading peace. Have a great day. Namaste.